So the sun is on the move. Where's it going?
It is. It's finishing up in the sign of Sagittarius, which it's been since right before Thanksgiving. And then on Friday, it enters into the sign of Capricorn at the winter solstice, although there's nothing to celebrate other than, yay, the sun is returning to the northern hemisphere. So I think it's important to know what you need to finish up, as well as what you can start to put into motion. For Sagittarians, the sign that we're in, they have made great personal strides over the last 3 weeks or so, advancing their own agenda. Jupiter is in their sign. They're very optimistic, so they want to go forward with stuff. And that's great, and they've done all that, but now it's time to make money with it. Now it's time to capitalize on it, to monetize it, and to find a way to increase the amount of money you have at the end of your month rather than month at the end of your money. For Capricorns, this energy, they are the humbugs of the zodiac for good reason. Scrooge was a Capricorn. It's the end of their solar year, right up until Friday. And then the sun gets into their sign and they're empowered, they're fired up. They're like, yay, let the holidays begin, let the festivities begin. So for them, it's a matter of getting motivated a little earlier than Friday to get all of this stuff done. And then it'll be about the Capricorn advancing their own interests. And this, for Capricorns, it's a slow and steady kind of growth rather than a dramatic thing like with Sagittarians. For Aquarians, this energy is finishing up in their 11th house of hopes, wishes, goals, and objectives. And after Friday, Aquarians can collapse in a heap for about 30 days. It's the end of their solar year. They just want to retreat, withdraw, regroup, kind of look over the last year, get rid of what they didn't like, keep what they do like, to get ready to go forward when the sun enters their sign in January. For Pisces, this energy has been in the 10th house of career and public standing, and they've made great strides professionally. They've had professional success, and if not, it should come by Friday. And then after that, after they've done that, they don't want to succeed anymore with that. They want to find a way to incorporate it into them achieving their hopes, wishes, goals, and objectives within the group. So if you get into any kind of authoritarian position, remember, you have to think about the welfare of the group, not just you, the individual. For Aries, it's about long-distance, long-duration travel. It's about reaching a broader audience with your words. It's about putting your ideas out there. And then once that's done, after Friday, you want to go ahead and you want to find a way to make that professional for you, to go ahead and increase your professional opportunities. But these are going to be the opportunities that you, the Aries, create themselves rather than expecting the powers that be to drop it on them. For Tauruses, this energy, they are really just about out of energy. It's not the end of their solar year, but they've been really, really going. And then one phase of that, literally, and I laugh every time I think about this because I think about your bride and Christmas wish. Well, that energy of just being worn out ends on Friday. And then after that, they are free to travel around the world. They're free to travel around the universe. Long distance travel pops up for them. But they have a lot more vitality, and they're ready to go is the only way to describe it. And it's a very cool time to be a Taurus over the next 2-3 months.
She'll be very happy to hear that.
Yeah, she's got to be out of energy. For Geminis, This energy it's been in their 7th house of open enemies, which is whenever the sun is opposing your sign, everybody's pointing a finger at you, saying you. And that ends on Friday. And then it's about a 30-day period of redefining, really facing your fears, taking a hard look at them, seeing what they are, seeing what they aren't, and devising a plan to deal with them. And it has to do with other people's resources and jointly held resources. So the Gemini has to take the broader view of that rather than the short, close-up view of it. Take the longer financial view into consideration. For Cancers, this energy is in their 6th house of work and responsibilities. It's just a time to get the job done. Tonight, it's not glamorous, it's not glorious, it's just a matter of doing your job to the very best of your ability. And then after that, after Friday, the attention shifts to your partnerships and your intimate one-to-one relationships and who you have them with. If you're single, you'll attract someone. If you're married, that goes well. But it's a very favorable time in partnerships for Cancers. For Leos, they're having a ton of fun right now. And they're going to have a ton of fun right until Friday. And then after that, some sort of responsibility creeps in that they're going to have to deal with. And they just need to suck it up and do it. It's not something that's a lot of fun. It's not terribly glamorous. But it's something that doing the detail work now, when you're not worried about other things, can lay a solid foundation or a solid predicate for you to go forward with.
Gotcha.
So, for Virgos, they have sort of been hanging out at home, trying to remodel their home, refurbish their home, do something with their home and their base of operations so it's more safe and secure. And I know for me, I'm going to be teaching astrology lessons out of my office, so I've been cleaning that thing up. And then it gets into how much fun can you have with the creative process? How can you take something that is a child of your mind, laughing as I say this, and give birth to it and bring it out into the open, into the light of day, where it can then grow and thrive. Just remember, Virgos, anything you create is going to take on a life of its own. And anything is easier to get into than it's going to be to get out of. So before you start casting those breads upon the water. For Libra, this energy is in their third house of day-to-day living, and they have had their plates full with short distance, short duration travel, a lot of communication, a lot of coming and going, a lot of activity, not really going anywhere, but doing a whole lot of stuff. And then that ends on Friday, and then they really collapse in a heap and want to be at home for the next 30 days or so. They just want to chill and take care of things at home. For Scorpios, this energy is in their second house of money, and they have spent a boatload of money over the last 3 or 4 weeks or so. And now it's time to rearrange their day-to-day living to something they can manage, to something to where it gives them a better structure to operate out of. This is not a higher court kind of thing. This is just your day-to-day living needs to be restructured to something that you can manage, Scorpio. So that's tomorrow's news today for the 12 signs of the zodiac. But the first time since May, all of the planets are direct and forward in motion. So I don't want to say happy days are here again, but God, it's got to be easier for all of us.
Sounds like a winner to me.
I
We
think
will
so.
see you next week, and we'll get prepared for what we can expect in the brand new year.
2019. You'll hear it here first.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Always a pleasure.